Hello, and welcome to episode 272 of Prog Review. And today, if you haven't read the title or description, I'm talking about Marillion and their Season's End album. For today, this very day, this very moment, this very hour marks the 25th anniversary of its release. 25 years, where did the time go? Of course, this is the 2-disc edition that was issued in 1997, so it's not the original. I upgraded, you know what I'm like. It's the 5th studio album. It's the first one without that Scottish fellow. It's a bit like Macbeth now. I feel like I can't mention his name. It sees the introduction of Steve Hogarth as the lead singer. Now, I remember it. I was there at the time. It was a strange transitionary period. It was, the funny story is I was working at Woolworths around this time at my Saturday job. I was a teenager still. It was the previous year, 88. I was working in Woolworths behind the record bar, and I bought up all the Marillion albums, and I really enjoyed them. And then they released the Thieving Magpie, Le Gazzo Ladra, and they announced that Fish was leaving. I was very disappointed because I'd worked hard getting into the band, and they were my band of the moment, and it felt like it was over before it even started. But then came the announcement, new singer, and the album arrived. Now, before the album arrived, they released a single, "Hooks in You." I remember it being out when I was on holiday. I think I was on holiday. 89. I was on holiday, and I remember it being around, being played, and I'm thinking, God, it doesn't sound like Marillion at all, because it didn't. It sounded like a very heavy, guitar-driven rock song, and the singer, I couldn't understand what he was saying. It was all kind of garbled. I was like, oh God, this is going to be terrible. Marillion's ruined. Oh God, what's going to happen? And thankfully, it was okay. I mean, when the album did actually turn up. Again, September's my favourite month. It really is. It's the month that I stepped out with the missus. My kids were born in September. This album arrived in September. September's a great month. I love September. Enough of the September. Get with the bloody review, you're saying. Steve Hogarth, he was no newbie. He'd had bands. He'd been in... he'd done session work with the and the Europeans and that. So he wasn't exactly wet behind the ears. He knew what he was doing, and they needed somebody like that. We still had the cover art by Mark Wilkinson. Again, it's the last one he did for them. It's the transitionary period, and I really like the artwork. The magpie feather, jester's hat, and the chameleon. It all signals an end of an era, an end of a time, and the actual music itself ain't too bad. It opens with the King of Sunset Town, which is a really, really corking song. I mean, it's got a really strong first half to it. King of Sunset Town even is a real corker of a song. I really like the way it builds in. I really like that, and it's a great live track, and it really carries you away, and it's one of my favourites of the record, actually. I really do like it, and it really does go. We're here. We've arrived. We're back. Bammo. You get everything there. This is followed by Easter, which is an absolutely legendary track. It is it's another personal fave. You get to hear Hogarth's voice, and it's very different, of course, from Fish. There's a lot more emotion going on in it. The depth of the song, it's all about redemption and renewal. It's a very moving song, and the guitar solo's great, and the who can forget the video? It's when they used to make videos. I love Easter. I think it's from the 12-string from Rothery and these guitar solos. It's a really great song and a great lyric. And another favourite comes up, The Uninvited Guest. It was released as a single. The video is fantastic. I like it. It's a real upbeat, funny number. The lyrics are clever. Again, you think, hey, this isn't too bad. The lyrics are, still, they've still got some sensibility to them. There's a reference to the the 15-stone first footer, which is buried in the lyrics there. And I just, again, it's a great song. I love the idea. I've always felt like I was the uninvited guest, so it appeals to me. Then you have, if I recall, this would have been the last track on the A side. I did have this on vinyl once, I'm sure I did, or did I dream it? Someone will correct me. Season's End, and again, it's a song about the global warming, and there will never be snow again. And yeah, I was dubious at the time, and I'm still 25 years later. There's still snow on the ground, and we still have cold, bloody winters. So I'm not saying that there is no such thing as climate change. There is climate. The climate will change. It will always change. But the sun has more influence over our climate than me. I know, using a petrol engine in my lawnmower. So one solar flare could change everything for us. So yeah, I mean, it's all right. It's a decent song. Holloway Girl, I don't like it. Berlin, don't. The B side, I did lose interest in the B side. I must admit, all the good stuff is on the first 4 tracks. Berlin, After Me, yeah, not bad. I like the idea of the lyric. Then you have Hooks in You, the big ballsy rock number, and The Space, which again it's all right. It rounds off the album well. It's a good ender to an album. But again, it's not a track that I like. So it was 6 of one and half a dozen of the other. It's a half a success. And it's a shame because on the B-sides, there's a great B-side called The Bell in the Sea, and I actually included on this, but I remember having it on the 12-inch or the picture disc of Uninvited Guest. I used to have that somewhere. I think I sold it. And that was really, really cool. Same with the release. And this version, you get a load of demos and that. So, I mean, it represents a great transitionary period for the band. I think it holds up well, and again, other bands, have a harder time with it. I think it's strong in places and weak in others, but that's just down to my taste. I like some songs better than others, and it's not until even Holidays in Eden. Actually, no, I think it's a stronger album actually, but it was good to have the boys back. And again, I got a lot of fondness for it because it was like a return, and they were on the TV a lot, and you saw them on the TV. Leicester de Montfort Hall, they showed a live gig of them, and it was and it was very exciting and very interesting. So there's a lot of happy memories there. There's a lot of happy memories associated with the album. Again, it's not. I don't think it's their finest hour, but it represents a return, and that means a lot. So in terms of a review, I'm going to give this 3 uninvited guests out of 5. That's 3 uninvited guests out of 5. It's not the greatest record. This is good though. This expanded edition. I don't know if you can get that now, but that's worth it because you get some demos and some 12-inch B-sides to bolster the thing, and there's some good notes in there as well. Good little essays. These reissues are really good, actually. So that's it. My name's been Darren Locke. I've been talking about Season's End by that there Marillion, and it's the 25th anniversary. Where's the time go? Just think if me and the missus had had a kid all those years ago, that kid would still be living with us now, not being able to afford the mortgage. But anyway, enough of that. My name's Darren Locke. Only one more thing to say, and you know what that is. Prog on.